Morning, students. Now moving ahead with the part 3 of our play 11, If I Were You. Now let us begin. Let us continue with our play. Intruder, preparing to shoot. As I said before, this conversation bores me. See what he said. He was prepared to shoot whom to at Gerard, and it was getting bored also. This all type of conversation is boring me. Gerard, don't be a fool. If you shoot, you'll hang for sure. If not as yourself, then as Vincent Charles Gerard. See what he said over here, that not to act like a foolish man. If you shot him, then it would be hanged to death. Why? He added, even in this stole, if you take my name, if you stole my name, my identity, then you would be hanged to death also. Intruder, what is this? So they was curious. Why? What are you saying? I am not able to understand it. Gerard, this is your big surprise. I said you won't kill me, and I was right. Why do you think I am here today and gone tomorrow? Never seen tradespeople. You say my habits would suit you. You are a crook. Do you think I am Sunday school teacher? The game's up as far as I am concerned. Things went wrong with me. I said it with bullets and got away. Unfortunately, they got one of my men and found things the fool should have burnt. Tonight I am expecting trouble. My bag packed, ready to clear off. There it is. See what Sunday school teacher means, what it indicates to be an honest man. So, what Gerard said, that it was a very big surprise for the intruder, that the reason behind why the secret man, I am a secret man, that he did not have many type of visitors who were visiting and activities that have been covered by him. So, intruder was that he was also a wrong man. He was not an honest man like a school teacher, he said. So his game got over and he had to kill someone with a gun. And after what happened, one of a man who was with him got caught by the police. So they got evidence against the Gerard that particular night, and so he was expecting to run away from the police, and he was because police is going to raid his house to catch him. So he packed his bag and he was ready to move away from there. It's a bag, all right, and this is a gun, all right. What's all this? So it said, yeah, it's a bag, and there is a gun. I can see a bag and a gun, but we're carrying old stuff like artificial mustache, wigs, and props. See, Gerard's, that's a disguise outfit, false mustache, and whatnot. Now, now do you believe? See, this girls means giving a different appearance to hide one's identity. So, see, he said that Gerard said that's carrying this all props so that he can change his appearance, taking a mustache and would change his appearance. Intruder, musingly, I don't know. See what he was still doubtful about what is going on, what Gerard was speaking. Gerard, for God's sake, clear that muddled head of yours and let go. Come with me in the car. I can use you. And if you find it's a frame, you have got me in the car and you have still got your gun. See what muddled head means what over here? It's this confused mind, and frames mean fall. Gerard, what he requested to intruder to believe his words and should come along with him, to go with him in the car. And he also said that he could escape him, and he felt that Gerard were false, words were false. If you find my words to be false, he could kill him also with his gun. Intruder, maybe you are right, he said. He thinks you are probably right. Gerard, then don't waste time. Goes and pick up the hat and bag. He said, please don't waste time and move ahead. Intruder, careful. Boss, I am watching you. He said, be careful. I am watching you. What are you doing? Gerard, I have got a man posted on the main road. He'll ring up if he sees the police, but I don't want to leave. Tell you threw her straight to the garage. See, Gerard, what he said, that one of his a person who was accompanying him, he was being positioned on the road, and he was waiting for him so that they can run away. Just then the telephone bell rang, and Gerard said that it was a time to leave. So he said, intruder, to leave through the garage door. Intruder: how do I know that you are telling the truth? He said, how can I can trust your words? Gerard: oh, don't be fool. Look for yourself. He said, don't be fool. Look to yourself. Gerard opens the door and step away. See, he said, not to be foolish, and he asked him to see himself. So he leans forward to inspect it with his sight towards Gerard, but with the revolver ready. As he turns his head, as he's moving his head, Gerard gives him a push into where? Into the cupboard. See, he feels as he opened the door and stepped to one side, the intruder could see outside. And knocking the revolver out of hand, he slams the door and lock. See, he kept it inside the door and he locks him in the cupboard. It picks up the revolver and goes to the phone, and he takes the revolver and go near to the phone where he stands with a gun pointed at the cupboard door. So he's pointed at the cupboard door. He said that as the Gerard pushed the intruder inside the cupboard, and he closed it and locked it, and he picked the revolver and walked towards the phone, and gun pointed towards the cupboard in case the intruder tried to escape from there. Intruder rattles door and shut. Sir, let me out of here. See what intruder rattled the door and of the cupboard, and he also is shouting. Gerard: hello, yes, speaking. Sorry, I can't let you have the props in the time for rehearsal. I have had a spot of bother. Quite amusing. I think I'll put it in my next play. Listen, can you tell our friends, the sergeant, to come up here at once, and probably find him in the public bar? See what props means the things for acting which were used, and spot of bother is something that caused inconvenience or trouble to them. So in this way, the Gerard answered the phone, and what he said that he would not be able to deliver the props in time for the rehearsal of the play. Why? Because he was in trouble. And he also said that this incident for the next play. So he shows that Gerard was a play. From this we come to know he was a playwright. And he also asked a person to send home the police to his residence, and he has probably the sergeant could be found where? In the public bar. So this is the play written by Douglas James. See, let us discuss a summary of this play so it would be more clearer to you. See, when we talk about the summary of this play, if I were you, see, Mr. Vincent Charles Gerard, a playwright, lived in a small and a lonely cottage in the wilds of Essex, and he was a man of a medium height. He wore horn-rimmed glasses. He was dressed in a long suit and a great coat. He had a cultured voice. He hardly met people, and the intruder was at Aylesbury when he had heard two people calling Gerard a sort of mystery man. See, one day when Gerard had just finished a telephonic conversation, that is regarding a rehearsal, and he was engaged in packing a bag of props, a man similar in build entered his cottage silently with a revolver. He was dressed in a overcoat and had a soft hat. He bumped accidentally against a table, and that noise already alerted whom? Gerard. See, the intruder told Gerard that he wanted to know certain things about him. So they started a conversation, and Gerard learned that he was a criminal and a jewel thief. He was also being chased by the police, for he had murdered a policeman. The intruder thought he resembled Gerard and planned to kill Gerard and take him. So, and want to take his identity. He had learned to imitate Gerard's voice and accent. He wanted to live in Gerard's cottage peacefully. Once he was killed, when the intruder was about to shoot, Gerard told him to be careful. He told the intruder that he too was a criminal. That is why his life was also a mystery. He was not a Sunday school teacher. He asked the intruder to look in his bag where he had kept some disguise outfits. So he had also used bullets, and the cops were on his trails. He said one of his men had been caught and he was expecting the cops at his place. So he told the intruder that if he didn't get caught with his identity, then they would assume that he was Gerard and take him to be hanged. So the intruder was put in a dilemma. Gerard asked the intruder to escape with him. So he asked the intruder to get into his car as police would reach the cottage soon. He told the intruder that a person on a main road would call him and alert if the police is nearby. The telephone rang at that moment, and Gerard sighted towards the garage and told to rush out of it. And he opened the door and stepped aside, and he opened and he aside, and it was a cupboard door and not a door off to the garage. So the intruder leaned forward to investigate, and Gerard pushed him inside. Gerard shut the door and locked him inside the cupboard. The revolver fell down from the intruder's hand when Gerard shut the door. Gerard picked up the revolver and pointed it at the cupboard. He then dialed a number and apologized for not reaching for the rehearsals. He said that he had a spot of bother, which was quite amusing, and he would use the incident in his next play. He told the person on the other hand to tell the sergeant to immediately come to his house. So this was all about this it was all about this play, and about the playwright named Gerard. I hope you all have understood it. Thank you for listening.